Hello and welcome to week 7 of public speaking. I want to go over a few things about the speeches you just turned in. All grades are in if you completed your speech and you uploaded it, and I appreciate that. There were a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about in hopes of getting it right next time. Y'all did some really nice work. There are a couple of things we can improve on, and one of them I will take the blame for. The PowerPoint seemed to elude many of you, so I'm putting Kaylee on the spot here because she did an excellent job with her PowerPoint. I didn't mark anyone off for not doing the PowerPoint correctly because with as many people that did it incorrectly, I guess I didn't make it clear as to what you need to do in a PowerPoint when you're giving a speech. Some of you actually had it visible in your speech. That was great. If you can't, that's totally understandable. There are some rules with speech making here, though. You need to have notes when you're speaking. Now, when it's a speech about yourself personally, you have all that stuff inside your head. You know how to talk about it, but you really should have note cards with notes on them, but not read the entire speech from a script. Some of you did that as well. You read your entire speech, word for word, down the script, and that is not a speech. That's reciting a script. So for the next one, work on just having note cards with bullet points that tell us, that tell you where to go next. Also, your speech had to be between 4 and 6 minutes. That was prior to asking if anyone had questions. Once you ask if they had questions, that's where the timer stops. So a lot of you did like a 3-minute speech and then did questions for a minute. That's not the way it works. The speech itself has to be in the time frame, and your next time frame is higher. Most of you were right on that 4-minute mark. Some were under. Only one person went over. I would be real careful with the timing because timing's an important thing when grading these projects. Also, you must have 5 people present when you do your speech. You can't just send me a speech of you talking, and you may not edit the footage. You can't stop the filming and then start it up again when you think of something else. And I can see that you do that. I teach digital video. I can figure it out. But that's not how it works. It has to be one solid stream. I'd rather the camera point towards you. I know some of you were trying to show me that there were people in the room. As long as you scan the room with your camera and then face it towards you, that would be a much better fit. So let me show you what a PowerPoint should look like. The PowerPoint is mostly pictures. This is Kaylee. She's one of your classmates. And it should guide us through what you're talking about. So she talked about her church life, and this is what she showed us in the PowerPoint. And this is her family. So she does little bullet points of each of the family members, and then she shows us pictures of them. So she did this absolutely right. Her dreams for her life, and then she's going to talk about, or she did talk about these things, and what her overall dream to be an anesthesiologist, God bless. And then she gave us the references of where she either got her pictures or her information from. So that's for your next one. I want you to think about that. Give us more of a pictorial version of what you're talking about, and bullet points, and then also sources. Okay, so this week you are working on your midterm. See right here, all you got to do is click on that. It is chapters 1 through 13. It's anywhere where there's an asterisk, and I will show you an example. Look, this is one of your PowerPoints from our class, and right here is an asterisk. So this is something that'll be on the test in multiple choice form. So if you just go through your PowerPoints, either write these down, or it'd be kind of difficult to open all 13 of your PowerPoints up on your computer, but I have no problem with you using the PowerPoints to take the test. I just want you to find the answers. That's what matters to me. And I am going to reiterate, this test closes on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. I have no control over changing that. It closes and you will not get another opportunity to take this test. So please, please take advantage of doing this early. It's open, it's ready for you to take. Next time, our next class, so let me close her up there. We are going into week 8. I click on there for you. And we are going to be talking about informative speeches. Now, your introduction speech was an informative speech. You informed us of something. Now you need to pick another subject. You need to tell us about something that you want us to learn. Okay, I'm going to download this so I can show you the guidelines. But it could be a subject, a person, a famous person if you like, a subject area that you're interested in. It could be a sports car driver. It doesn't matter to me as long as you have an interest in the area and can share it with us. So let's take a look here on the guidelines that are up, and this is for next week. You just have your midterm this week. So for next week, you want to start thinking about your informative speech guidelines, and you will need to, your assignment, I believe, is to, yes, your outline right here, your informative speech outline will be due on the week 8 of our class. So it'll open on the 18th and you will have to have it in by the 25th. So let me go through a little bit of that and I'll talk more about it next week. This speech must be between 5 and 7 minutes in length prior to answering questions. So please make sure that you get this speech up to the 5-minute mark. You talk faster when you're nervous, and I want to make sure you get all your credits. This speech requires 3 references. This means that you need to do some research on the internet for your subject area, whatever it is. Let's say race car driving. You want to talk about NASCAR, and you need to find some information about NASCAR that you're going to share with us, maybe stuff we didn't know, maybe stuff some people might know and others might not, and you need to reference that on the last slide of your PowerPoint. This is mandatory. Minimum of 3 references on the last slide of your PowerPoint. Different types of informative speech. Definition, you can explain something to us. Description, you can share something interesting with us. A process, you can walk us through. You can show us how to make a pizza. Or an explanation speech, you're going to explain something to us. Also on the Blackboard, I just downloaded this from your site. There are several websites I've given you for informative speeches if you can't think of anything on your own. So let's just go over that one more time. We are in week 7 right now, sorry. We're in week 7. Your job this week is to complete your midterm. And in week 8, your job will be to get me your informative speech outline. You only have 1 chance to do this time. I don't give you 2. You know how to do it. Make sure you have a thesis statement, and make sure that thesis statement is in your intro and in your conclusion. I mark those things, so please make sure of it. And then the following week, this is week 8, we'll go to week 9 here. You will be uploading your informative speeches. So I'm allowing you right now the time, since all you have is the midterm, that your informative speech will be due on March the 4th. March the 4th. The week before, on February 25th, your outline is due. Thank you very much and have a good week.